Lullaby. I've been waiting my entire life to tell you that I'm dying, and I figured I'd finally get it over with. So here I am. More years have passed in the last than I care to remember, but I could never forget. In 8th grade, my chorus teacher told me, "Michael, you'll never be good enough," and it always excited me. It reminded me of my mother. On the last day of school, she smiled, her teeth jagged like a train wreck. She didn't say a word, but I knew exactly what she meant. In high school, I fell in love with a roadside bomb waiting to get detonated by a passing glance. Every time she blew up, she'd pick the pieces of herself off of bathroom floors mixed with medicine she never needed. She had the disappointment. One day she caught me staring, smiled, walked over and hugged me. She smelled like a lonely night. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Don't you worry about me, boy." I don't hate my life. I just fell in love with stormy weather, and when my head clears up, I put it back in the fog where it belongs. We made love to each other's broken promises, and I sang her to sleep when she got tired of chasing everything else. At that point, Michael turned to me and asked if it was all a dream, as if saying yes would make it any less real. I nodded. He nodded his head, wrapped his arm up, shot the blues into his veins. He sung me to sleep that night. And when I woke up, I looked over a section of that letter he hadn't read aloud. It said, "I didn't write this for anyone because it was meant for everyone and no one at all. There is a time when it is neither day or night. It just is, as we are forever, everything and nothing at all. Today, I believe him. Yesterday, I didn't, and tomorrow, I probably won't either. But what I do know is that somewhere between heaven and a hard place, Michael is singing, and God is wishing he had a voice like that." Idle friend. I had hoped separation only stayed as a passing guest. Instead, isolation left him to live freely in my head, to dredge up every skeleton that's hung so long it's turned to dust, and I can never clean without the trauma. The self-disgust each day is a reminder I am no more than what's done to me. Staring at the pile that I try to bury underneath, the projects that I never finish, friends I don't deserve to keep, hours that I wake up sweating, can't remember what I dreamed, the years between each release, promises I clearly break, people who put trust in me. Sadly, that's their one mistake, a stagnant sack of wasted effort and love that I don't deserve. I want to explain what happened. I don't even know the words. They tell me it's okay. When I'm ready, they'll be waiting. I want to believe them, but nobody's that patient. No breaking news or bulletins, nobody's taking statements. I'm not reported missing. I can't say that I blame them. My house is a home for names fading into thin air. I carve them on the ceiling when I wake up. The paint's bare with nothing to compare them to. Cannot tell if it's sincere, rearranging furniture for ghosts who won't live here. The table is cluttered. The top has been stained with ink from the apologies that I will never say. The letterhead, a messy bed, an illegible date, signed with the sincerity too many years too late. This sounds like a party for my pity. Pithy walls I built, brick by brick intended to inhibit my sense of guilt. I built these walls for safety. That's just an illusion. I dug my own grave and now I finally get to use it. I find myself alone, all signs of life erased. Ruined all my exits, there's no route for an escape, but I am far too timid to leave fire in my wake. I don't burn my bridges, they collapse under their own weight. They tell me it's okay. When I'm ready, they'll be waiting. I want to believe them, but nobody's that patient. No breaking news or bulletins, nobody's taking statements. I'm not reported missing, and I can't say that I blame them. How do you quantify the faces you won't see again? The disappearing act gets difficult once it becomes a trend. I meant every promise at the moment it was said, but there's no one who is easier to lie to than a friend.